Okay, so picking up where we left off, we're going to kind of work on this table and maybe try to simplify a little bit of what we were doing on the last slide. So on the previous slide, what we were doing was taking 100% of whatever we sold the week before and adding 15% of whatever we sold the week before. Now, this column here, we're simplifying each percent to a decimal. So here's how we do that. You take the percent and you divide by 100, that's going to give you your decimal. So for our 100%, when we divide that by 100, we're going to get 1. So when I try to write 100% as a decimal, I get 1. When I try to write 15% as a decimal, I will get 0.15, and that's why we see those expressions written there. So when I kind of simplify that a little bit further, I get this expression. So what this is telling me is if I take the previous week's number of phones and I multiply that by, let's see, 1 plus 0.15 is the same thing as saying 1.15. That will give me the amount of phones I'll sell this week. Now I'm writing this all out just so you can kind of see what we're doing here. So when I look at the table below, okay, so this pattern is going to continue every week. I'm simplifying it a little bit, but I'm also showing every step. So we have week 1 already done, right? We're just carrying this down to here. Week 2 takes what we did in week 1. So if this is week 1, that's this. I have to multiply that by 1.15 again. So that's why we see this. And when I do so, I get 132.25. So now, when I go to week 3, I have to take everything I did in week 2. So this is everything I did in week 2. And now I need to multiply that by the 1.15 again. And when I do so, I get 152.09. Now let's continue that pattern one more time. So this time, to find out what we're selling in week 4, we have to take what we sold in week 3, which is all of this. So 100 times 1.15 times 1.15 times 1.15. And then we have to multiply all of that by 1.15. And when you do so, you're going to get 174.9. Now remember, we're going to round down because we can't sell 0.9 of a phone. So we would sell in week 4, we would sell 174 phones. I guess I better call them pi phones, huh? So instead of writing 1.15 so many times, because that can get really annoying pretty quickly, right? How could I write this expression? All right, so I'm taking 100 and I'm multiplying it by 1.15, but there are 3 of those. So when I multiply repeatedly, that's the same thing as an exponential function. So it's a lot easier to write this as 100 times 1.15 raised to the 3rd power.